welcome to the greatest, latest, baddest, maddest show of shows, the Commander Football Show. Facts, history, and news. I am your host, Mr. Fred. Welcome once again to a brand new edition of the Commander Show. We have a great show for you today. Not going to be a long time, but of course, facts, history, and news. We're going to talk a little bit about the Washington Commanders secondary heading into the 2025 season. Hope you've all had a good week. I've had a great week. And before we get started on anything, let's take our first commercial break. Wildflower honey. Bees make honey. Honey is good for you. Honey is very sticky. Why do they call it wildflower? I don't know, I guess because the flowers, they get it from are wild. Let's try some wildflower honey. Oh, it's getting real sticky. Oh, it's good, but it's... my lips are getting close, tighter to... Baby, do you have a tire iron or... I can't talk. Does anybody got a tire iron or wildflower honey? Good for the belly, good for the soul. But always have a monkey wrench or a tire iron to pry your mouth open, because this stuff sticks good. Wildflower honey. Now, back to the program. So our facts, history, and news. Facts. The Washington franchise, changed its name to the Washington Football Team in 2019 and changed it to the Washington Commanders in 2022, February of 2022. Hall of Fame inductees, there are 32 former players, coaches, and administrators that have been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Ring of Fame, the Washington franchise has recognized 51 names, players, former players, of their greatness and their history. So when you look at the Ring of Fame, there are 51 former Washington players that have been honored and that have been inducted into the Ring of Fame. Facts. The Washington franchise has 3 Super Bowl wins, 3 Super Bowl championships. Super Bowl 17, 1982, Super Bowl 22, 1988, and Super Bowl 26, 1992. Washington franchise also boasts 2 NFL championships. The first one coming in 1937, and the second one coming in 1942. History. 2020 to 2021, the team is known as the Washington Football Team. 2022, the team is renamed the Washington Commanders. In 2023, Daniel Snyder sells the team to a group led by Josh Harris, who is now the owner of the Washington Commanders football franchise. The George Preston Marshall era, the team's early years were marked by success, but also controversy, integration of the team. The Joe Gibbs era, and that I'm very familiar with. I grew up in the 1980s as a kid, and I watched former Washington coach Joe Gibbs take the team from to the bottom of the pit to the top. Joe Gibbs era, the 1980s and the early 1990s under Coach Joe Gibbs were particularly a successful period for the team, and they had 3 Super Bowl wins out of 4. So next we're gonna have a shining moment, and still having problems with this honey. Wildflower honey. If you don't have a crowbar, stay away from it. All right. Shining Redskins moment that I want to share with you came in the year of 1982. And Coach Joe Gibbs had just taken over a year earlier the Washington franchise. And the first year they started out 0-5. They had a rough time, and they finished the year 8-8. They finished up strong. 1982 came, which was a strike-shortened season, but the Washington team looked good. They won about 8 games and lost 1. They went to the playoffs that year, won their first 2 playoff games over Detroit, Minnesota, and then they played the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. And in that game, the Redskins played hard, they played determined, and they pretty much did their thing. They went on to beat the Dallas Cowboys 31-17. They won that game in decisive fashion. They dominated, and they went on to Super Bowl 17, where they went on to Super Bowl 17, where they played the Miami Dolphins, and they won their first Super Bowl in franchise history. And basically they brought it home, and that would open the door to Coach Joe Gibbs going to the Super Bowl the next year, which they did not win. They lost to the Oakland Raiders at the time. And in the coming years after that, they found their groove, and they won 2 more Super Bowl games. And there you have it for the history. So I believe that there is more to come. I'm looking forward to this season, the 2025 season. Last year with rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels, the Washington franchise, he brought hope and promise to this place, of this team. And they came from the basement, and they nearly won the division. They were probably a game short against the Eagles, who won the NFC East. But I believe that this year is the year, and I believe that this is a window, a time where the Washington franchise has a chance to become a Super Bowl winner again and to go back to the championship game. And I'm sure that they learned a lot from that game, losing that game in big fashion. They were stomped. But I'm sure that what a difference a year makes, I'm sure that that's only made them hungrier, made them more determined. And I believe that they're going to go back. They're going to go back. They're going to win. In my opinion, this year, the 2025 season, they are going to not only win the division, but they're going back to the playoffs. They're going to win their playoff games, whatever's in their path. They're gonna win, and they're going to go back to the NFC Championship game, and be it again if it's the Philadelphia Eagles, it's going to be a different outcome this time. And I believe that this time that they will be the ones to go to the big game and win. They will go to the big game, and they will win that game. And I'm looking forward to it. So let's take a look. Give me a second, and we will take a look at that game where the Redskins defeated the Dallas Cowboys. Give me a second as I pull it up. And I remember being a kid and watching that game. And I was so excited. And in that time, it seemed like the Dallas Cowboys were hard to beat, very hard to beat. And that game came, and I remember RFK Stadium, and the fans were excited, and the rafters were shaking, and they kept screaming, "We want Dallas!" And it was awesome. It was really, really awesome. And let's see if I can pull this game up and show it to you. And I have it here. Just a second. And we'll get it started. We'll get it started in just a minute. It's loading. I also want to clarify something that I made a mistake in a few weeks ago. I had announced that Terry McLaurin had signed a new contract, and that wasn't the case, and I want to apologize about that. Terry McLaurin is sitting out. He's holding out until he gets a new contract. So I wanted to clarify that and apologize to the viewers. So here it is.
Heisman to throw. First down throw. Heisman chased. Gets away from a couple of Cowboys. Still on his feet. Ed Jones in his face. Pass complete. Don Warren comes up with a completion. Averaging 8 yards a carry so far, and they'll accept that. A quick count. Heisman looking down the middle. As a receiver, touchdown Redskin. Charlie Brown in front of Emerson Wall.
Looked like Dennis Thurman. We'll see it here from ground level. Again, the Cowboys haven't gone to the blitz yet, and the Redskins are doing a good job of pass protecting. We'll see the head get Charlie Brown out there, and it was on Dennis Thurman.
This one, he'll keep all day long. And a lot more like it. Fumble! Emerson Walls is back on the ball in the end zone. Could be a touchdown. It could be they'll rule that the impetus is back up at the spot where the ball was fielded, and that's what they'll say.
By rule, the kicking team gets the ball on the 11-yard line.
And first down. Now it's Riggins and Wansley. And it's Riggins for the touchdown. Septien's kick goes to Nelms. Nelms will start from the Redskin 4-yard line. Nelms has got some room. He's got only Septien. Now he's got somebody else chasing. Nelms finally taken to the ground by Dennis Thurman. 3rd and 18. Quinto in motion. Dallas blitzing again. Clinkscale is chasing Theismann. Throws. Got a man. That'll be enough for first down to Charlie Brown. Inside the 10 to the 7. They have Wansley and Riggins now as the two runners. The give is to Riggins, and Riggins barrels into the end zone. Throw on first down, does quickly. Picked off. Mel Kaufman makes the interception for the Redskins. The linebacker back in good shape as Tony Hill was the intended receiver.
Let's watch that. Mel Kaufman is out there. He's the left linebacker to the right of your screen. He just runs right out to that out. Gets underneath it. I think they have to go for the field goal anyway. Put it inside a little.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was our shining moment. The Washington Redskins defeated the Dallas Cowboys in the 1982 NFC Championship game 31-17, and they went on to win Super Bowl 17 over the Miami Dolphins 27-17. Now for our history portion, which we already did. Oh, let's see. Yeah, which we did. So, before we go on to our news, let's take one more commercial break. Snore or Don't, Part 2. It didn't work out for you the first time, did it? Well, this is maximum strength, Snore or Don't. The first time, we used to squirt it in your nose, and it would take away the snore, and you had to sneak up on your spouse or your loved one. Well, now, new improved, maximum strength, Snore or Don't. You just spray it in the air, and an example. I didn't even have to be woken up not to snore. And my wife didn't have to sneak up on me. I just sprayed it in the air. I don't have any more snoring problems. I don't even feel myself snore. I'm healed. Equate, Snore or Don't Part 2, maximum strength. Now, spray it in the atmosphere, and the snoring is completely gone even before you go to sleep. Still at a store near you. Now, back to the program. So, in the news, DC council members say the stadium approval is likely, but they need more time that involves more than $1 billion in taxpayer funds. Terry McLaurin, as I mentioned earlier, still in contract dispute. Most likely, he will not report to mandatory minicamp because he's trying to get more money on his deal, which is well deserved by him. A great player he is. Wide receiver Noah Brown left Wednesday's practice last week with an injury, and he underwent an MRI on Thursday afternoon, so there's no other details on the extent of his injury. Special teams ace Jeremy Reeves, on Wednesday, it was reported that he agreed to a 1-year extension that will keep him with the Burgundy and Gold through the 2026 season. He's been with this team since 2018. He's been a great player, great special teams player. He's a corner, plays a corner in the secondary. So thanks to his hard work, ethic, and determination and availability, we have Jeremy Reeves back, and what a great player he's been for us, and look forward to him contributing to the team this season. So, there's a Commanders player that's been showing up to minicamp, looking like a different player. And I'm going to elaborate on cornerback Marshawn Lattimore that was traded last season from the New Orleans Saints to the Washington Commanders. And he had a hamstring injury that he was dealing with last year. And Marshawn played in a few games coming back. Played against his old team, the Saints. Shut down half of the field. Played an awesome game. Played against the Philadelphia Eagles. Struggled a little bit. Was guarding A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown caught a touchdown on him. Caught some more passes on him. That was a battle and a half. But Lattimore was still dealing with a hamstring issue. So he was not 100% last year. Yes, he played in a few games. There were times he played well, and there were other times that he did not. Now, He's come to minicamp looking like a complete different player. He is fully healthy now, and he has that burst and that explosiveness that he did not have last year. So, I'm going to say this. I believe that Marshawn Lattimore, he says he feels better. He looks better on the field. Like I said, he's got that burst. He's got that explosiveness that he didn't have. Hamstring injury is a very hampering injury. Pesky injury. It hurts. And it's hard to deal with. Now that he's completely healed, Marshawn Lattimore is showing that old Pro Bowl form. And if he comes back to that old Pro Bowl form that we know that he plays in, there's going to be a lot of defenses that are going to be, a lot of offenses that are going to be in trouble this year. So I'm sending an ominous warning to the rest of the league that if he comes back to himself and plays like that in the first game of the year being against the New York Giants, Malik Neighbors and company, you're gonna have a long night to deal with, because this man can either make or break this defense. And I hope that he returns back to his Pro Bowl form. And I look forward to another matchup against Philly when they play A.J. Brown again. This time, Marshawn will be 100%. So, the secondary consists of Marshawn Lattimore, who I just mentioned. They drafted a rookie out of Ole Miss, cornerback Trey Amos out of Ole Miss, and they say he's doing very well in rookie minicamp, and he's showing improvement, so he could very well be a starter. They need it. Last year, the secondary only came up with 7 interceptions. Mike Sainristil, the rookie out of Michigan from last year, led the team with 2. You saw Quan Martin had that big interception in the divisional playoff game against Detroit where he ran it back in the end zone. They're going to have to be better this year. They weren't bad last year. I believe they were in the top 10 against the pass, but against the run, the defense was terrible. But the secondary wasn't all that bad. Mike Sainristil, like I said, last year came in as a rookie, and he plays in the slot usually in college. That was his position. But when he came to the pros and joined the Commanders, they put him on the outside, and he did particularly well. He did very well. He tackled well. He covered well. And he was just a rookie, and he excelled. So this year, I expect nothing less out of Mike Sainristil in his second year. And either they'll play him on the outside where he was, or they'll plug him into the slot. Quan Martin, safety last year, played phenomenally well. Great tackler. Come up in the box, punched a running back in the mouth on the line. He played with 2 shoulder injuries last year. This guy's tough. He's had surgery. He's back. He's healthy. And I look for another strong year, from a better year, actually, from safety Quan Martin. We lost safety Jeremy Chin in free agency. He's gone. He was a good tackler, a threat, coming up in the box to stop the run. Not so much all that great coverage-wise, but now we have Jonathan Jones, the 9-year vet out of New England. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So Jonathan Jones. So we got the depth there now. We got veteran experience. This guy's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's a winner. So I believe this year we're going to have a great secondary. And I believe that our defense is going to vastly improve from last year. No, we did not get the defensive linemen that we were looking for during the draft or even in free agency. But I believe that the defense will be well. Noah Ep.9 played in the slot last year, played very well. The place where Mike Sainristil usually plays, Noah played excellent last year. Good tackler, great coverage. Hopefully we'll have him back So this is going to be, I believe this is going to be a banner year for the Commanders defense. They play the New York Giants in the first game of the year, and I'm going to give a score prediction of that game. I believe that the Washington Commanders will blow the Giants out. I'm going to say 30-7. The Giants usually play well against us defensively, but I don't think they have enough this year to stop Jaden Daniels. He's a juggernaut. In the Washington offense, we've acquired Debo Samuel. Hopefully, we'll get Terry McLaurin back. We get all of our other starters back, and the offense is going to be even better this year, and the line is going to be even stronger. So that first game of the year against the Giants, I don't even see them competing with us. I believe we'll beat them 30-7. So with all that said, thank you, Washington Commanders fans, for joining. If this is your first time joining, hit the subscribe button. I thank you for that. Those of you that have already been watching and perhaps you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. I thank you for watching the Washington Commanders football show. We will be back next week with another episode of the Washington Commanders football show. Facts, history, and news. I am your host, Mr. Fred. We'll see you next week. You guys have a good one. Have a blessed one. Take care.